I need to see his face, I need to understand.
Stand. Hear that? It's just this little grace note.
Sound check.
Hello and welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. Today, I've got a treat for you. This is the first time I am, I feel game enough to do a review of one of my vocal heroes, someone who I just thoroughly think is amazing. His name is Josh Groban, and he is singing the song that I first fell in love with Josh Groban's voice when I heard him do this song called Broken Vow. It's actually written by Lara Fabian. Here, in this particular performance, we get to watch Josh working alongside the renowned David Foster. And David just brings magic to this performance in his accompaniment. There is nothing quite like having an amazing accompanist, and David Foster is known as being one of the best in the world. And so this is just a marvelous performance. It is post-edited, there's no question about that. You know, this has been fully produced and beautifully so, but I wanted to introduce you to Josh's voice. Josh is a baritenor, and so I as a true tenor have always been so jealous of the richness of his voice, something that I can't ever quite anatomically get my vocal folds and vocal tract to give me. But this is a song that I have regularly performed, and it's in thanks to Josh's inspiration. So I hope he inspires you. I'm sure he will inspire you in this performance. Let's have a listen.
You want to do one more?
Up to you.
I think we should.
Sure.
Okay, let us know when you're speeding on everything. You ready, Jorge? Okay. We all set? Here we go.
What are you stopping already for, Daniel? I'm just soaking up the colors of that piano arrangement, but not only that, listening to the way David is feeling that tone. Let's have a listen to that again. Sorry. I will let it play, I promise. We'll get to the singing. So beautifully written. Oh.
Tell me his name, I want to know the way he looks and where you go.
Oh. I'm often asked, what sort of singing do you do, Daniel? What was when you were professionally singing yourself? This is what I sang. It would be loosely categorized as adult contemporary, and Josh Groban is the quintessential, adult contemporary artist of the modern era, in my humble opinion. And so it's another way to describe it is it's crossover. It's classic contemporary. So as a result, what is really valued in this form is tonal color, shape, articulation. Many of the things that a classical singer would really value finds itself represented in more and delivered with more of a contemporary diction and phrasing and nuance, and so this is the stuff the the reason I sing it is because I love it. I love it. Let's have a listen to that opening section of Josh's voice. Just beautiful, beautiful.
Tell me his name, I want to know. The way he looks and where you go. I need to see his face, I need to understand.
Stand. Hear that? It's just this little grace note. This is what I mean by the contemporary nuance. In classical voice, you wouldn't do that. It would be far more straight. The tonal shaping of the phrases, the offsets would be far cleaner. And yet it is classic still. But have a listen for all of those little touches that Josh is going to put throughout this piece. It's wonderful.
Understand
Stand.
why you and I came to an end. Tell me again.
Oh, see, this is the stuff I have to work so hard to get this. Have a listen to the way he's, tell me, just beautiful, the way he references that bottom note.
Tell me again, I want.
I'm so jealous.
Who broke my faith in all these years? Who lays with you at night while I'm here all alone?
Yeah, we can see that this has had a lot of work done to it. We see this just in that moment there. The audio and the visual don't quite align, so we can see there's been a number of takes done here. So we're not being fooled into think this is a one take beginning to end, that hasn't been touched. This is exactly what we would have heard if we were standing in the room. No, but that doesn't lessen the value of what we can learn from this as singers. There's so much here.
Who lays with you at night while I'm here all alone? Remembering when I was your all, I let you go, I let you fly.
Gets a little thin there, doesn't it? And this is the challenge with this particular piece. I've never struggled at the top end of things. That's always been relatively straightforward because I'm a true tenor. Josh, being a baritone, he gets all the low stuff and just like chocolate. But the higher stuff, he does have to approach it and thin it out a little bit. The song doesn't suffer for it. I'm often working with singers and singers go, oh, but I've got to thin that out at the top. Yeah, so just thin it out at the top. Certainly, we don't want it to become paper thin at times. Sometimes you do want a little bit of body, but it doesn't have to be, fee, fi, fo, fum, 2 octaves higher. It can be a little thinner. And we observe that from Josh just smartly. He's making smart choices.
Oh, I let you fly. Why do I keep on asking why? I let you go now that I've found.
Oh, hear how smooth that middle register, that mix mode is just so... dearie me, if I could be in love with a voice. There are other voices that I've been in love with, but this is definitely one of them.
I let you go now that I've found where to keep somehow more than a broken.
Hear that. Oh, bro, the way he just allows the under vowel to just dominate and gives us that lovely registered tone.
More than a broken vow.
What are you doing to me, Josh?
I close my eyes and dream of you and then I realize.
There's another thin moment, yeah? Have a listen to that. It's not as full-bodied as it could be. Like, it could be fuller, but it doesn't need to be. And that's the point, right? A Josh Groban and a David Foster would not release this, and this is on Josh's own channel. He wouldn't put this up if he wasn't 100% proud of it. And that's a lesson for us. Could it be fuller? Yes, it could be. Does it need to be? No, it doesn't. That's the point.
And dream of you and then I realize there's more to love than only bitterness and lies. I close my eyes.
One of the hardest lines in this entire piece is what he just sang. I don't know why it's hard, but I've always found it challenging. I think it's because the voice wants to bottom out on it. It wants to, yeah, but he doesn't. He just smoothly moves through it. It's a written line in the song, but it's always the part of the piece that I found. You would think I would find the singing really high, the higher stuff. No, this particular line I always found the hardest line in the entire song.
My eyes. I'd give away.
Have a listen. Sorry, I just want to once again just highlight how amazing David Foster is. Just have a listen to the way he moves through that little accompaniment, that little instrumental interlude, but just glances and as a result differentiates certain notes with dynamic within the overall arrangement.
I'd give away my soul to hold you once again and never let this promise end. I let you go.
See how he used the penultimate phrase, the preceding phrase to that very top note, which he has to be thin on because his voice needs to be thinner to get that note. So he preps us with a thinner phrase, a lighter phrase, a lengthened dominant phrase, mode 2 for those. There's so many synonymous labelings of it to prep us so it doesn't sort of stand out. He gives us a bit more of it. The temptation is to do the whole thing in a shortened dominant mode, a TA dominant mode, thyroritenoid mode, mode 1, and then to only have that one note that sits thin. But he shapes it much more maturely, and
Give away my soul to hold you once again and never let this promise end. I let you go.
And then he comes back down.
I let you fly. Now that I know, I'm asking why. I let you go. Now that I found.
That's a really unusual way to go about it, but it works. In my humble opinion, it works. You let me know what you think in the comments section below. It's not how I sang it because I have a little bit more facility up the top, but it's how Josh sings it. This is such an important lesson for us to all learn. Approach the song of choice, your song of choice, in accordance with what is your voice going to do with it. Not what does Josh's voice do it, not what does Dr. Dan's voice do with it, what does your voice, how does it want to approach the piece? What does it allow for? This is, I mean, and in fact, I've got a version of Lara Fabian, the writer of this piece. I've got a version of Lara singing, an analysis of her singing this tune. You go and have a listen to her doing it. Completely different again. I mean, it sounds, it's the same version, if you like, but she applies her voice quite differently. Not simply because Josh is a man, Lara's a woman. No, it's got to do with the overall characteristics of what her voice wants to do with it. Josh's voice, he's doing making all the right choices for him, and it still aesthetically works, in my humble opinion.
I let you go. Now that I have found a way to keep somehow more than a
Have a listen to the way he onsets the opening. More, it's just so smooth. Oh.
more than a
Lovely.
broken
What I would do to sing that song with David Foster. Wow. Josh, amazing, dude. Just amazing. I made this comment in my review of Lara. Make sure you check out the review of Lara singing her own song. She's an amazing vocal herself. I made the comment over this song. There are some songs that are very special. And this particular song, it used to, when I sang it, and there was times when I would sing it in like shopping centers and doing shopping center performances and concerts, it would stop traffic. And I could do a 40, 50-minute set, right? And I was doing some lovely pieces, and I sounded pretty reasonable. But this song, out of all of the songs, would stop traffic. People would stop to listen to this piece. It's a beautiful song. And when I found this version of Josh doing, I thought, I can't resist doing an analysis of that, because I just you've probably picked up by now. I think he's pretty all right. I hope you enjoyed today's vocal analysis video of Daniel fanboying over one of his favourite singers. I don't always fanboy. Well, there's a little bit of fanboying that goes on, because some of the singers we review are amazing. We do these vocal analyses every week, sometimes twice a week. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the white bell icon if you enjoy this kind of approach to learn to sing vocal analysis videos. But I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.